As we kick off another episode of Analyze This, I want to share a quote that may help inspire you in your quest to become the best bowler you can be. Experience is a hard teacher because she gives the test first and the lesson afterwards. I want to thank all of you who are pouring in your video submissions to share with the rest of Team AOB their own personal bowling experiences so we could all learn valuable lessons from them together. You've heeded the call, and for that, we are grateful. We'll get to our next Analyze This coming up on the Art of Bowling. What's up, team? Coach Art here, and welcome back to the Art of Bowling, your resource for bowling tips, tricks, and techniques to help you bowl your best. If you enjoy learning how to get your bowling game out of the gutter and make your styles
smooth like butter,
consider subscribing by striking the like button. Let's get started with Analyze This. Today we're only going to focus on one bowler. His name is Joe Jones, and he's a recent Patreon subscriber. This was one of the most unique videos that I have come across. Joe's timing is actually impeccable, and we're going to show you that, and I'm going to go through it step by step. First off, when Joe takes 5 steps, and when he takes his second step with his right foot, or his ball side foot, it falls directly into his swing, like Darth Vader cut off his hand at the end of the push away, and everything fell right in front of his foot. You can see the bowling ball is right in front of his big toe when he pushes away. In the middle of Joe's second step, this is another area where we can judge timing. You can see that Joe's ball and both legs line up together, and that's the second place where we start looking at timing. When Joe's front foot hits flat on the floor, his arm is perfectly parallel to the ground. That's perfect timing. And to top it all off, when Joe comes down and his foot stops sliding right here, the ball is directly passing his ankle. This is like textbook timing. It's really quite remarkable, and very rarely do we see anybody with timing that is like perfect in all the spots. That's a great job, Joe, and he checks off all the boxes of what good timing is supposed to look like. Now we're going to look at Joe from the back. This is really going to show everyone out there what different angles can show us, and why I want to see angles from both the side and the back, because you can't judge timing from the back. You can only judge timing from the side and what it looks like. When we look at this from the back, we're going to see a little bit of a different story of what's going on with Joe. So, Joe, your push away does not go in front of you as it should. It's kind of going out to the right. And you can see, by the way, you took the videos perfectly, and I could really judge everything you did. It's like you watched the video on how to video your bowling. Everything was done perfectly. You can see how the ball is kind of being pushed out to Joe's right. And since he does have a pretty good pendulum swing, you can see how the ball, even here, is starting to move behind his back. And when it gets to the top of his swing, you can see where the ball is behind his head. So that's a typical cause, pushing the ball to the right. Effect, the ball swing is going behind his back. And when he comes down through the shot, you can see how his elbow is kind of turned out away from his body because he's trying to turn the ball to hook it. And you can see how his hand is coming around the ball too early, and he's not up behind it. He's trying to turn the ball with his arm, and it getting behind the back is bringing everything too far away from his body. So in order to fix this, a couple of things Joe needs to work on. Joe, what you need to do is work with an O-step drill. Pushing the ball to the left, exaggerate the motion to your left shoulder, try and push it over to the left, and Just let that ball fall through the swing with a no-step drill. Don't try to hook it. It will hook. Try to stay up the back of the ball so we get less axis rotation on the ball and the ball's coming straight up it. See if you can have your pro shop owner mark your pap with a piece of white tape so you can see where your axis rotation is and really work on staying behind the ball. Also, when you're doing this and you're trying to throw it straight, cup the wrist, put pressure on the ball with the index finger to keep the wrist firm, and come up the back through the back of the ball, and you'll see a really big improvement in your release. If you're interested in sharing your videos for Analyze This, submit it to our Facebook page, The Art of Bowling. And if you're looking for more help from me, your favorite online bowling coach, become a member of my Patreon page, and let's take your game to the next level. Thanks for watching, and see you on the lanes.